Hi, my name is Nikki, aka the Dragon Queen, and this is my book review on Jim Butcher's The Aeronaut's Windlass. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. This book is a steampunk series, the first book in the Cinder Spire series. Jim Butcher is also the author of the Dresden Files and the Codex Alora series. The Dresden Files is one of my favorite series, so I was very excited to pick this book up. I bought it as soon as I saw that it was out. That's why it's a hardcover, even though usually I wait until it's in paperback. It's 630 pages, so it did take me about 6 days to read. It follows 3 teenagers, Benedict, Gwendolyn, and Bridget, and it also follows a couple of other people, but mainly it follows these teenagers and their growth and learning how to become not only soldiers, but better human beings in the process. They all learn a little something, they all grow, and I think it's a very intriguing situation that they're put in without giving anything away. There's also one thing in here that's amazing. There are talking cats. Raoul is the main cat character, and he calls Bridget his human or little mouse, and he has trained her to be almost perfect, and he tries to get the other cats to help, and some of the people, including Bridget, can actually talk cat, so they can hold actual conversations. It sounds like it would be fun, but as they put in the story, cats can be very full of themselves, so it might not be worth it. I would have 3 cats here talking my ear off, so I'm gonna pass on that ability. Thanks though. One fun thing in this book is there not only is growth, there is very little romantic interest. While there is a little bit of a romantic twist, it's not strong enough to overpower the story, and that's really rare in books nowadays. Every book I read has a love interest, every single one, and I'm tired of it, honestly. This one has something, but it's not the main concept of the book, and I adore that. It did leave a cliffhanger, so I'm very interested to see what happens in book 2. I cannot wait for that book to come out. I'm interested to see what happens to Bridget and Benedict and Gwendolyn and Raoul and Captain Creedy and everybody. Captain Grimm and Mr. Creedy. I'm interested in seeing how the war unfolds. I'm interested in seeing how Folly, the Etherealist apprentice, and the Etherealist, I forget his name off the top of my head, how they grow and if they find out a way to control their mentality issues. It's interesting to see the world. One complaint I did have about this book, and I see why it's necessary, so it's not a huge deal, is it's very large, so there's a lot of rambling, so to speak. There's a lot of information. But it's the first book in the series, and this isn't like the Dresden Files, where the Dresden Files it's in modern-day Chicago. We know what that is. In this book, it's a different world, it's a different reality, it's a different political system, it's a different situation. They're underground versus normal. There's dangerous things outside. There's ships that fly instead of sailing on water, and they're not spaceships, they're like actual wooden ships. And the economy is different, and the housing system is different, and like all of these things that make Albion and make the Spire, they're important to know, and you can't know that if he doesn't tell you. So I get that. I completely understand all of that. So I'm not angry with that. It was very tedious at some points, but it was important. I think that now that I've read book 1, when book 2 comes out, book 2 should be more action-packed and more filled with scenes that people want to see about the characters growing more, because they've had all of the fill-in, basically, all the world building in book 1. I'm not sure if the books are all going to be this length. The length is very big. It's twice the size of his normal books. Normally his books are about 300 pages, and this was 620. That's a little disheartening to me, just because it takes so long to read them. But it only took 6 days to read, but I can read a Dresden File book in like a day or two. So I'm hoping that in the future it's not as long, but at the same time it was a nice read, so maybe. But that's my review. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and thank you for watching.